guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, joined by Baker. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I am good. I'm good. Another week of the Barclays.
It's been a very interesting week. Lots of goals and some bad games, and then obviously we've had the situation with Tom Lockyer, etc., which is obviously very bad. And so there's a lot going on. There's a lot to digest. There's a lot of stuff to sort of work through. But before we get into all of that, how was your weekend, generally speaking?
Yeah, it's all right. It's just a lot to do. A lot with kids that we've got of our age is there's just there's so many meetups, so many play dates, so many things. So it's family stuff, but it's been good.
I was at a Christmas party today, and to be honest, the idea was like, I thought that there were going to be other dads there and stuff, but apparently it was like all a mums thing. So I sort of turned up and I was like, can I just go and watch football in the bar next door? So we were at a hotel, so I just nipped out at 2:00 and watched the first half hour of West Ham versus Wolves, and then all the Dons fans came in because they were playing Rangers today in the cup final. So I had to relinquish the TV so that they could watch the game. But
damn it, you can't fight that up there, mate.
No. And I talk about it must have been about 3-4 years. Well, it's pre-COVID probably. I was in a hotel bar and I literally walked in. They had the Tottenham game on, and 5 minutes into the game, I had Tottenham Arsenal on, and 5 minutes into the game they switched over for a semi-final, which didn't include Aberdeen. It's like mental. I was fuming, but there we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Back-to-back green arrows for both of us.
I know. It's weird. I mean, to be honest, it's very difficult to get red arrows where I am. It's really hard, and I've been doing a really good job of it. But it's nice to sort of break the curse, I guess.
I mean, and whilst taking hits, is I've taken a hit last 2 weeks, and so is to get through that with it. Been okay. I mean, you kind of know roughly how green your arrow will be, roughly. Yeah. I don't, and it's quite a bigger swing for me based on whatever we play out with the Bournemouth and Luton game.
Well, that's it. I've put like a Gameweek17 review. I put mid Gameweek17 review question mark as the title of the video because we just still don't know yet. About 3 minutes before we came on live, Solanke's points went back on. His bonus points went back on, and then by the time we clicked go live, they were already back off. So we still don't know what quite is going on there. But to be honest, I'm quite happy just to leave it to official FPL. They can just do whatever they want. From my perspective, like it's a situation that occurred completely outside the realms of football. Like in that there was nothing football related that led to it. So whatever the decision is, and we just move with it. Yeah. So if all the points go and then we get a double later, fine. If we get the points now and then they replay it and the next fixture doesn't count, fine. Like I don't really care.
No, we just accept it because it's not a situation that happens every day. And ultimately, the whole thing is, would all of us give up all of our points basically if it meant he was okay? Yeah, we would. But like, it's the whole thing. They're not mutually exclusive. It does mean that you can't help but look at it and think, God, it'd be really good if I get those points, and a lot worse if I don't. So we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see, and when they do it. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise. I know they've put the announcement out tonight saying that details to follow and so forth. But part of me does think there's just not anyone that works on a Sunday night in FPL, so it's just the admin and that's it, and they're just going to sit and wait. Is till the Premier League work it. We're not that important.
Like genuinely, what does it matter? Like,
yeah,
I don't think there's anything. Like the whole thing of the Premier League is official FPL is non-profit crap prizes, apart from obviously winning it. Rule changes don't seem to happen. So we all just play this. It just don't care. Like we had it literally announced to an auditorium of people that we were getting a new game mode. They literally said it, and then we haven't heard literally any communication since. No. They don't care.
That is what it is. That is what it is. We'll find out.
But I also had a good weekend. I mean, this is not FPL related, but I've had a good weekend on So Rare as well.
Yeah,
I was
smashing
so
that stuff
annoyed that
up.
because all I needed was like a Mo Salah return of any kind. It could have been an assist. He could have won a penalty. Obviously, he'd have taken the penalty. A goal, a last man tackle, like anything, and it'd have won. I'd have won probably like 3, 4, 500 quid, something like that. 2 returns, it'd have
Nice.
been about 800 quid. But I think I got out in about 130 quid. So
Take it, move on, mate.
take it
That
and
is
move
some
on.
money. That's
Take it and
not
move on. Oh
stressful.
no. We'll take it. We'll take it and move on. Definitely. So,
Yeah.
hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. If you did see, you probably did see already, but on the original tweet where I advertised this particular stream, I asked if you could retweet it because it's the season of giving and we have given away mugs and coasters like literally no one's business. Gave away 5 sets of coasters earlier on today. I'm just sending out random tweets on a Sunday morning, just saying DM me and you might get a coaster, and it's just carnage. So if you want a mug, then retweet the post and we'll do it later, basically, and we'll see who wins that.
And a big thank you to Adam because Adam does all the postage.
Fuck the postage. Honestly, it's to see my bank statement. It's like Royal Mail, Hermes. Like, I do need you to send me some more money though, because I bought some more stamps. So
good times.
Send me the money. Yes. So yeah, sorry. Say hello again to everyone in the chat. If you'd like what we're doing, make sure you hit the like button, comment. If you want to see more, subscribe. Journey to 10k, blah blah blah. And this is where we are so far in December. We've made it this far. I did have to take out the one on the 7th of December because we didn't
sort of halfway.
Make it.
Sort of halfway.
We're halfway there. As you said, we've got a deadline on Thursday. And then we've got a deadline on Boxing Day. And then we've got a deadline on New Year's Eve. So we'll be potting Wednesday and Saturday. I hadn't spoken to you about it. Maybe we just send out a random video on Christmas Day. I don't know. If anyone wants to chuck us on the TV.
We'll do something. We'll work it out.
I'll tell you what I do want to see is that anybody who's won a mug or coaster, I want photos on Christmas Day. I want photos of you. I want this stuff on the tables. Definitely want it on the tables.
100%.
Definitely.
I'm looking at this immediately and thinking we've got 3 deadlines in the next month. And there's 2 weeks to the end of the month on this. So just in general in FPL play, I'm immediately thinking if someone's injured, you got to get them out. Like, so me and you both have share.
Yeah.
If that hammy's done, he's got to go because it's 3 deadlines. But it's also not worth doing early transfers. Like the money is just not worth it. It can't be worth it. We've all got ridiculous money if we all sold Haaland. And therefore waiting, because if anyone picks up a knock in training this week and we've got some Carabao Cups and then to come before the deadline and all that stuff, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. You got to wait.
Yeah, agreed.
So, and we're not going to get a huge amount of info, are we? Because Thursday night's the deadline. But a lot of the games are Saturday. So you got Thursday night games, Friday night game, which is Villa Sheffield United, and then Saturday.
And then if you're thinking there's games on Sunday as well.
Games on Sunday.
So, and if you think you're getting any info on Christmas Day,
nah,
no one's working.
So
the players will probably be doing some light training or something, but no one's actually working.
Yeah. Nailed players not going to AFCON or Asia, and stay to the end. Is before making the transfers. That's golden rules, isn't it?
Yeah. So this week, so far, what we're using is we're using FPL Gameweek here now. I guess caveat is on FPL Gameweek at the moment, the Solanke points have the full bonus, so we can talk as if they're kind of there. But obviously subject to change. But generally speaking, we've both had pretty good weeks. I thought my week was better than it was, but it's okay. It's good, but I thought it was better than that. But so I had Dubravka and Cher. Obviously, Cher goes off 5 minutes into the game. Thanks very much. Gabriel Simicas cleans from both those boys. Take that. Got the assist from Foden and Palmer's massive haul. Son, not ideal, but it was a necessary move anyway. So whatever. And Salah. So this is great. So Son I bring in and break him immediately. And Salah I captained him for the first time in about 5 games against United. Averages 18 points a game before this week. Gets 3 points. Sorry to everyone. Alvarez definitely should have had more there. And then Watkins, Solanke, whatever it is. Gordon on the bench, Kabore on the bench, Anderson on the bench. Yeah.
I think they might have done us out of a point or two there, on this FPL game week, because Simicast is down as having 6 points on this, and he got 7. And Saliba got an extra point on that. So I
Saliba did
think there
get
might
7.
be I think they might have done us a little bit on that. But
Okay.
basically, we've definitely had green arrows. For me, like, I think the maximum points I could have is 73, and that's if Solanke gets his 9. Because Share would be my man that comes on. It's an 8-point swing for me, and it's bigger than an 8-point swing. It's probably more like because the average auto sub is probably more like 3 or 4. Is because just simple people playing, all the Newcastle guys and all those type of things. It's probably more like 3 or 4 as that first sub.
There's Watkins. Watkins is showing a 6 on here as well.
Yeah, we're definitely got more points than this, mate.
Yes.
But yeah, we've had a really good week. That's all I'm going to say. Is I think
I've got like an 800k green arrow. Right? There's not many people that can say that. That's mainly because they're in the top of 500k or whatever. But still, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
FPL game week, you let us down, mate.
Yeah, it is. This is a bad one. This is a bad one. So I'm on net 61 as it stands with Solanke's 6 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, just switch Solanke's bonus over to Watkins and then add 1 to Simicast and away you go.
All those bits. But 2 really good weeks. I was like 1.2 million 2 weeks ago. So now to be comfortably inside the top 500k, that feels a lot further than 1 million.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I did basically with my transfers is, I think the last thing I said to you before I made the transfers, because I was toying with like doing a Tavernier to then Solanke this week instead in game week 18. But then I just reminded myself what I said last week and the week before, maybe, was just make the transfer that everyone else is making and just move with it. And just for like the next 10 weeks, I'm not going to overcomplicate things. I'm just going to move with what I need to. So, like, whilst Share to Trippier feels like the right move, to be honest, I might just go Share to Porro. Because, I've got options there. So Share to Porro or Share to Trippier. I mean, either way, as long as I'm covering myself, I think that's fine. And I think that's probably how I'm going to do it for the next few weeks anyway.
Yeah.
I'd have loved to have gone to like Powell, but
I just don't care about Powell now.
No, well, no. I mean, it would have happened. Like, it would have happened if Share wasn't injured. Like, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But obviously I can't do that now.
No, we're probably going to have to deal with Share, both of us. But I think just in general in the game, there's so many players and the template's really strong. They're good for a reason, all these picks. We have to try and glean edges off it. So we have to look at it and say, well, I think I can just get a little bit more if I do this. And actually, even just having 11 template players beats most casuals who will only have 8 and all those ones. But there's a lot of people that we can overtake. That's what we've seen in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, on we go.
Did you win in the cup?
I've got no idea. Game week's not finished, mate. We'll work it out when we get there.
Not finished.
I don't look at the cup, mate.
I always get knocked out in like the first week, so I always like to check.
For anyone who watches for a long time, they'll know,
I'm
mate.
actually winning. I'm actually winning. I don't know whether it makes any difference.
I don't play this game against other people. I just play against me. That's the way I play it. So I have no interest in versus leagues. I have no interest in cup games.
Mate, I'm running the cup. That's good for the brand.
Never look at the opponent's score, mate. I've got no interest in it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose you do all sorts of draft, fantasy, NFL and stuff where you're one man versus the other anyway.
Which is perfect draft. That is purely, that's a skill thing of you picking players versus them. But in this, when you've got the same versus leagues, I have no interest in it. Who are we looking at first then? Where are we going?
Well, obviously, I think we'd obviously start here. So we'll start with the Bournemouth-Luton game. Just as we've said, like game week 7, so FPL have said game week 17 will remain open. We don't know any more than that, obviously. And, from whilst I wasn't there for like the Mwamba incident, and obviously we saw the Ericsson one. As 2 Tottenham fans, we've seen that happen to either players at our ground or from our club. And it's horrific. And I saw the video that had circulated around at the time that he collapsed. It's horrible. It's a horrible watch. It's hard. It's hard. So,
really
once again, like, kudos to the guys, the guys and girls and the medical teams, etc., that got on there so quickly. We are constantly reminded, correctly as well, that instant medical treatment for those kind of things, almost certainly saves lives. Like, it literally saves
and Philip
lives.
Billing as well, apparently, by the sounds of things.
I didn't see that, but
yeah, I mean, Philip Billing cleared the airway, apparently.
Incredible.
So
what they do, they're educating the players and stuff like that in this sort of thing, and that's good and important. So, as Tom recovers, I think it goes without saying we wish him the best to, in his recovery, obviously.
In just the best for what's right for him. You know what I mean?
I've also seen people talking on. There was someone on Twitter that said they'd had something similar in terms of an operation, and it is something that you can live and play with, in theory.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we don't know.
He'll get the right treatment. He'll get the right treatment. He'll work it through. But it does. Like, for any Luton fan that's there, any Bournemouth fans, that's the thing. It Bournemouth, obviously, that's where it was. I reckon I was less than 30 yards away from Rambo, and direct line. So on the sideline where I used to be like almost just outside the penalty area. The old White Hart Lane was my season ticket, and it was right in front, and that was the longest time. That was the longest time, and the Ericsson one, like, for many reasons, that done us in because of what happened, and also I think it really did, because I had a really young child at the time, and you start thinking about it yourself but what's happened in previous ones has helped Tom in this situation, because they've now got the right care. People react so much quicker to it. Hopefully good news. And we can't talk any more about that game.
No, we can't. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's obviously talk of replay. That will happen when it happens. We will let people more educated than us tell us when that might happen. And wait for the Premier League to announce whatever they need to do, and that will be obviously with the work of both clubs as well. So we'll leave it there. Right, where do you want to start? What game do you want to start with?
Well, I'd like to do today's game, the last game, the Liverpool Man United.
Okay. So Trent managed to sneak into the bonus here, or sneak into top bonus, I should say, because Onana was there the whole time. Like, well, as soon as he made his 8th save, he was there.
But he just got in the way, didn't he? Like, there was no like magnificent save, I don't think, from Onana. I expected much of the saves. This is a thing of accumulation, really, isn't it? Like you've got the big chance of 15 minutes, and other than that,
literally the best chance of the game was Garnacho, where Trent makes it. And it's not, and he doesn't even register any XG for that, I don't think, because there's no shot.
There's no shot. And Højlund, obviously.
Højlund as well, yeah. So Højlund as well. Alisson, as you say, like, just does he does nothing for like an hour almost, like 45 minutes.
Just scares him.
Absolutely nothing.
Højlund ain't got the ice in his veins to take on Alisson, mate. Like, he ain't got that. Like, Alisson comes out and it's just like, I'm going to hit this at you and hope. They've got to try and work it. I'll keep saying it. I don't think Darwin at 9 is any good for them. I don't think it's the right move for them, because they have no central midfielders. Mad. They've bought a whole new central midfield and have no central midfielders. Because Trent's not a central midfielder, not from where he passes from. He's so aggressive with how he plays, that he doesn't hold the ball long enough to be a central midfielder. Do you know what I mean? And Szoboszlai goes right. Endo doesn't really. Whoever's on the left ends up being left wing. They have a massive hole around where the 6/8s should be. And that, I thought that really enabled Man United just sat in 4-4-2, and I thought it was relatively comfortable for most of it. I thought they were all snatchy chances that they had, but what they knew was Liverpool tried to create way too quickly. They didn't disrupt it. They didn't disrupt the shape. They didn't pull them apart. They didn't cause any of those type of things because they don't spray the ball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth from the 8-2 there. They immediately they get it. Trent's like, I could do what I like, mate. I'll just put every ball in under the sun from every type of angle, and he can, and he's really good at it. But I thought Man United were pretty comfortable in this.
I mean, having Varane back in there, just adding a level of, I don't know, statesman type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Evans is not great, but again, older player that's just well disciplined and just gave him no room. So
you've got to make players like that, older guys. You've got
to make them move. You've got to make them run around. You've got to pull them out. You've got to make them turn. You've got to do all sorts of things. And to be fair, even when Liverpool had chances to make passes through to Salah and stuff like that, because Salah went fucking mad central when Gakpo came on, but like Varane was making tiny little touches, and they were just getting little nicks on it, which was just disrupting the ball through and stuff. So yeah, there's just a bit of added intelligence in there that obviously paid off.
Other teams will look at it. Other teams will look at it and say, low block, go on then, let's see what you can do. If you go look at Mark R stat spot, I always recommend everybody at the end of the week to look at Mark R stat spots and look at his pass maps for the week. And you look at the way that Arsenal and Man City and Chelsea this week really dominated across that final third, and it's that channel outside the area where they just don't let teams back out. Liverpool just didn't do that today. And therefore, because you're not prodding in the right areas, the quality of the chance is always snatchy, and therefore it plays out in this million shots. I think I saw someone tweet, they said, it's just come up that Liverpool had 15 shots, and I can't remember one of them. And I was like, yeah, Van Dijk header, I can sort of remember that. But actually, how much of it can I actually remember?
Yeah.
What do people do if they got Darwin?
Sell.
If you haven't got Watkins, I think you just play it back. Haven't got Watkins, haven't got Solanke, Darwin to them is fine.
Yeah, easy.
Have got them, but now have sold Haaland. Here's your ticket back to Haaland. That's it, is it?
What other strikers would we be considering?
Do you not think he's even more nailed though once Mo goes?
Probably.
What
it depends. What is he going to do? They're going to play Gakpo down the right, or because they could play Diaz down the right and they could play Darwin down the left, I guess, and Gakpo down the middle.
Szoboszlai out,
or Szoboszlai out further right. And that'll just get out of Trent's way as well, because you can play Harvey Elliott in that right 8, can't you?
You can do something.
Just push it. There's plenty there.
But yeah, I think. But
there's no strikers. Like if you wanted to, you could maybe hold on to him for a week, and then you never know what might happen with Christopher and Nkunku. You never know.
There is that.
It is bold, but there is bold. But once he gets minutes, I think people will start getting interested because the fixtures are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing else though. There's really nothing else. Like Wolves fixtures coming up are rubbish. So I think the Cunha, the 2 fixtures that you wanted Cunha for have gone. Which was
Jimenez is now.
Jimenez is done.
That's gone.
We can talk about that. But
Isak sounds like he's got issues, and Wilson, like, how many games are we going to get out of him? Don't know.
Yeah, you could go Jackson, but
no.
But Jackson, isn't he off soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Surely he's off soon.
I'm not looking. I'm not going there. So but Trent.
Trent.
Would you get Trent? Would you get Trent? Should we just get Trent?
Should we just get Trent?
The idea that he basically said Klopp's not stupid. This central midfield is not doing it for me, so I'll put Gomez on and I'll move him into central midfield. And he immediately had that shot where he just curled it too much in the end. He
From
almost
the
caught it
Salah
too well.
pass. From the Salah
Yeah, yeah,
pass.
yeah.
I know.
And I'm like, well, maybe he's just going to play centre midfield and just bang everything. Like every time he was coming forward, he was the one you were like, oh, he's going to score. Oh, he's going to score.
But he's always going. It's always going to be low. It's always going to be low quality chances with Trent, isn't it? That's the thing.
But he doesn't need that high quality chances.
Yeah. Generally, no. Of course he doesn't. But
do you just play that? Say Dubravka covers all your Trippier stuff. So if you can't get both, is it more fun to get Trent than Trips? I think most people this week are going to look at Trippier over Trent if they're going to make that move. And I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on it. I also think away to Luton this week, that ain't going to be easy.
No.
That is going to
No.
That's going to be an emotionally charged game. I don't think that's easy at all. And they're playing well at home anyway. So yeah, maybe you just go Trips. You go Trent, sorry, over Trips.
Yeah. I know the thing is, it's 18. It's Arsenal, isn't it? It's Arsenal. So I just don't like.
That's what I'm saying. But
it's Arsenal, then it's Newcastle in 2 weeks' time. So it's 2 out of the next 3. Like I know, unless you're committing to Trent for long to game week 38 or like game week 30 or wild card or whatever. I don't know, man. I just feel more. Again, like I said, I'd prefer the 4-6 guy.
Yeah,
and then do something else with the money.
It must be enjoyable owning Trent at the moment. You must be like
it's fun owning the good players, man. It's fun owning the good players.
Are you slightly put off because you might captain them again? Is that the issue?
13, 12, 4, 9. I mean, I wish I could have captained him in any of those 4. Well, in 3 of those 4 weeks.
Exactly.
Let's
move on.
I don't know.
Who do you want to talk about?
Let's go. Let's stay today. Let's go West Ham. I mean, he's going to be the name on all of our tips of our tongues if he wasn't going to AFCON.
He would be. And if Man City had signed Paqueta,
oh my god,
league had already done. Yeah, league would be over.
Paqueta was ridiculous today.
It's just such an unbelievable player, Paqueta.
But it's getting the. I mean, when he gets the freedom to move the ball around the way he does, he's outstanding. If he has to battle around, and fight for the ball and fight for space, he's nowhere near as effective. Wolves gave him a lot of space to make nice passes today, and you're right. My bedside manner needs work, generally speaking. But so he was finding that right side, and Kudus was just yards and yards and yards and yards of space, acres of space. That first goal still came out of nowhere for me. Like he just hits it. He just hits it near post, and he just like
hits it early enough. Hits it early enough that the keeper's like, "Oh no, it's in." Oh no, it's in. It's in. Kulusevski almost scored on Friday night, didn't he? Where it's like it's not actually a great one, but because he's turned the keeper the wrong way, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. But kudos, yeah. I mean, when we thought he was going to sign for Brighton, he was going to be in all our teams.
Yeah.
It was like, right, he comes to sign for Brighton. Yes, he's definitely going in all my teams. He's gone to West Ham because it's Moyes and because it's been slow. We've just been like, nah. But the guy, he's just greedy, isn't he? He's greedy.
Yeah.
Like he definitely wants to be the big dog in that team. And
well, he definitely. I mean, yes, he definitely was today. I mean, he had 3 shots. He had 3 shots for a total of half XG.
Yeah.
So Bowen has the same, but a lot comes.
Bowen.
Say again.
The issue with Bowen's always going to be bonus because he's never going to do enough unless he braces. But hey, he will get you a goal every other game, Bowen. He will. He's literally one of the most proven assets in this entire game. It's ridiculous that he's under £8 million.
Yeah, he's currently on 94 points.
It's genuinely absurd that we got a price of under 8 million for Bowen after he just gets 200 pointers, 200 pointers. Like, just an absurd game. Oh, yeah, he was getting 200 points, 200 pointers, and now he's playing up top.
Yeah.
Nah, just price him at 7.5. I think they might have even started the season at 7. I can't remember what it was, but him at some 8 minutes, like, he's just going to continually be gold. I mean, the goal was
I can
a
tell you,
phenomenal
he
finish.
started at 7. Yeah.
So,
Started at
yeah.
7 million.
What was he now? 7-7?
Yes, he is. Your knowledge is very good. Very good, sir.
Like that alone. I've got him, but I'm like, about people that haven't got him, and I'm like, he's gone from 7 to 7-7, and he's on 90 odd points. And still everyone's like, well, I'm not sure about Bowen, mate. Moyes.
So it's only Salah, Gordon, Son, and Bowen that have risen 0.7 million so far.
Like, he's
Even Palmer's
phenomenal.
only gone up 0.5. Is that right?
Bowen's just
Oh yeah, because Palmer went down. That's why. Yeah.
He's just gold. He's gold. I have to keep telling myself I am not going to get tempted into anything that makes me sell Bowen. That's it. It was like, that's why I got him back. It was like, he's there. I'll see you once you're injured.
Yeah, and again, because Kudus is going, you know, he may have to move back to that right hand side. They reshape it.
Yeah, they could play an Ings up there. They could play Antonio if he's back, whatever. And he's
getting the chances at number 9 anyway. He's getting the shots away at number 9 anyway. I mean, the one that hits the post.
Exactly.
Like you give me shit about my bedside manner, and then the one that hits the post, and I'm like, I can't message you. I can't message him after I've just seen that. And and then you messaged me. I was like, oh, thank God you've seen it, because I couldn't have been sitting here now knowing that he'd hit the post and just rolled along the line.
Yeah, he's at the inside of a post and gone across, and then it's a 10, 13 point. A brace is happening soon. A brace is happening for Jarrod Bowen. Like, he's just he'll never be fantastic because he plays for West Ham. Like, that's how it'll see. It'll always on the fixtures. It'll never look like a sea of green because he plays for West Ham.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's still Jarrod Bowen. He doesn't get any bonus, really, you know. But he'll score a goal in a 2-1 defeat and get 7 points, and you'll be like, thanks very much, Jarrod.
Clean sheet for Fabianski, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's.
I mean,
Areola.
I'm just gonna on that point. There was a comment on one of the YouTube videos 3-4 weeks ago, and the words you used were, "When does it become time that he just loses his place?" And the comment was, "Are you stupid? His post-shot XG is post-shot XG saved whatever blah 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 is exceptional. Da 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 da." Next game dropped. And he hasn't been back in since.
There is that weird thing with keepers. Like, I think Areola's played really well every time I've seen him, but the fact is they concede. And there's other stuff, especially stuff. Like, we know it as being Spurs fans and stuff. We've seen it with a lot of keepers and stuff. It's the confidence your keeper instills in the players that sit in front of them and their messages. And Fabianski's like that old head, isn't he? That old guy of, like, I bet he's much better vocally.
I mean, he literally looked like he was from the 90s today. That kit was so neon green, it was ridiculous. It reminded me of the old Tottenham Ian Walker.
But I just think it's that he'll know all those little tricks. It's like going to the old quarterback and saying, yeah, better get him out. Let's do this. Of course, the guy that's 8 inches taller than you and looks magnificent and makes loads of good, nice saves. But reel out Lucas. He'll get us a clean.
We'll see. People are saying that he's potentially still hanging on with an injury or something like that, Areola. But, you know, we'll see once he's back fit. At the end of the day, I'm not starting him over the Bravka anyway.
A wrist injury for a keeper is pretty bad.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you've got a wrist injury as a keeper, would you be sitting on the bench? Like, what's going to, like genuinely, like, he gets sent, like, Fabianski gets sent off. Oh, we'll just throw on the guy with the wrist injury to play in goal. Like, that doesn't make any sense. No. Like, no chance. He's either injured and not coming on, or he's not injured.
But nobody takes a clean sheet keeper out.
No.
Nobody. And certainly not Moyes.
Yeah.
Other than that, you let him go.
Yeah. Sticking with today, let's go to these boys. Let's go to Arsenal. You've turned your head away.
I can't. I struggle to look at it because it's so good. Oh God, they're
It's a
going to
proper
win the
bash, bash,
league.
bash, bash, bash. Mate, Villa. We can just hang hope on Villa. Plus, Liverpool will beat him next week anyway. That's what we have to cling to. They're not going to win the league. I said it all last season. They weren't going to win the league. City came back, won the league. They're not going to win the league.
Yeah. They're magnificent, mate. They've absolutely ended Brighton there for like 60 minutes of like, you ain't touching this ball. Just domination. Arteta made that comment, didn't he, a few weeks ago about like he doesn't just want to like, but he wants people that like he literally wants them to strangle them. Like he was like, I want them to feel they can't get out, and I am going to stifle them. He made that, and that since they've had all the boys back, Odin, Jesus back, that's exactly what they're doing. And Kai's part of that in that he's a good presser, and he gets up there and makes a nuisance for himself, and he makes it easier for them when they lose the ball to get the 4-4-2 shape because you've got Kai and Jesus. So therefore, it's that then they really work hard as two forwards to get the ball back what behind two banks of four that nobody ever gets anywhere near them defensively. Obviously the majority of the chance is the gross chance, which I mean looked like it was in, but it wasn't. But other than that, they've just beat these up.
Yeah.
They've just beat these up. I think you just have to keep playing Arsenal defence because I think Arsenal defence is even better with Kai and Jesus playing because they defend really well from the top and then everybody else is brilliant behind it. They're disgusting. The interesting bit is when they score, it still could be one of many players. Like Saka was very unlucky to not have returned. Well, he might have returned, but it wasn't awarded.
Let's
But
talk
that's a
about
whole
that.
different game.
No, let's talk about that. No,
we can.
I immediately thought it wasn't an assist. So
yeah, I also assumed they were. Well, to be fair, the first announcement I saw was Brighton Hove Albion said that Jesus heads in Saka's corner, and I was like, oh, well, that's an assist.
Yeah.
But then you see it, and you're like, it's a big touch.
Yeah.
But he was very creative today. Not very shooty, but he was very creative.
I did see some cutbacks, and obviously he has the
yeah. I think he had like 0.8 XA today.
Yeah.
Like, that's not unlucky not to return. He's still doing all the stuff that if he does score, he's so good in the bonus. Yeah. He's going to be absolutely. Any goal is like suddenly a 10-pointer minimum. It's there. But just in good general, really good. Play your players if you've got them playing.
So,
and
would you?
They're going to be pushing, aren't they?
Say again.
They're just going to keep. They're just going to keep. Pushing now. This game next weekend's massive. Massive.
Yeah, it'll be huge on the title race. Do they lose? I'm trying to think who they lose for.
Nah, they got hardly anything, mate. They got Party.
Yeah, that's about it, isn't it?
Mate, they are in. Tomiyasu. But I'm not sure if any Party and Tomiyasu will be fit.
Yeah. True.
So they're absolutely fine. Yeah, huge game next week. But would I be surprised if they did similar to Brighton as to what? Would I be surprised if they did at Liverpool? I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think it's difficult to bench Arsenal defence even against Liverpool next week, and it also makes it really difficult to cap mode, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely better options. There's definitely, but I mean, like Watkins is far and away ahead of him. I think as an option.
So we go there.
Yeah, why not? It's the one game where I actually haven't seen any of the goals. So
that was fun.
I can let you. I can have. I tell you what I'm going to do. is while you are talking about it, I'm actually just going to watch the highlights. I'm that well prepared.
So I love that you're going to watch this highlights.
This is it. I'm literally, while you're talking, I'm literally watching the highlights. This is.
Yeah, so look, you can see if Villa have dominated chances. Brentford have done Brentford things in that they've had very few chances, but the chances they have had were good. I actually felt so the Lewis Potter goal is a great take from a corner, like takes it sort of like fire, then
it's just going in on my screen right now. It's a great finish.
Before it even bounces, to just take it early, just on it. But it was niggly as hell. This felt like a proper derby. Like everyone was really angry with each other from literally from minute one. Angry. McGinn had a go at me then. Yeah, I mean, he never gets sent off but he did just do a little bit of a jump just before the challenge. It was 50-50. It's just then it's just a little lift off. It is. I do wonder on these things where they're right in front of the ref. I'm like, he gives a yellow, he gives the card. What else is he seeing? Like, do you know what I mean? What is the difference?
Yeah, it's again about slowing it down, isn't it?
Yeah, so therefore I'm like, is it just the ref's bad? Because I've got no issue with the VAR decision, but I'm like, why doesn't the ref just send him off? Why doesn't the ref start a red and then get talked down to yellow?
Because that's not the way around that they do it, is it?
No, it's like upgrading it. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's seen him jump. He's seen him hit him. It is what it is.
I love Ollie celebrating. I saw the celebration. I love Ollie celebrating, by the way. Because it's one person, right?
Yeah. So Ollie gets angry and point. What I love about Ollie knows that he's going to get booked. So Ollie points at the guy, and then Ollie just clears off like he's gone. Like he's literally couldn't have gone quicker whilst everybody else is fighting that he's caused. So everybody else is getting bookings and so forth, and it's all his fault. But yeah. Apparently there was a guy that was abusing him all the time, talking about his family. I love that. Thomas Frank was so he was so concerned of what's going on? What's going on, Ollie? We're still friends.
Yeah.
On this, but I thought it was a penalty from Konza on Morpie at 1-0. I think that was as well, and that wasn't given. But then it got real spicy at the end, and I mean, Boubacar Kamara's got well unlucky really because Emmy's gone mad. Everybody else has gone mad. He's gone like peacemaker, and then finally it's like, well, I'm in on this now, so I'm going to grab someone by the neck.
Yeah, grab him in the face.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic win for Villa away.
I'm not lying. You've literally. It was like you were commentating on the video I was watching. It was incredible.
It's like watching it on
genuinely incredible. It was like you were actually doing the same thing. But well summed up.
Well, Watkins is still just really solid.
Oh yeah, and they're playing Sheffield United next week, so
yeah. Watkins and Bowen, like they're your glue guys. They guys. I'm just like, yep, they are the best player on their team. I mean, there's no argument. Bowen's not the best player on their team, but they're from an FPL perspective, they're the players, and you just know they're going to score somewhere between probably 170 to 200 points, and it's going to be fine. They earn their money.
Fine. And Brentford, no touch until Tony, and then we don't even know if Tony's going to be. We don't even know if Tony's actually going to play for Brentford because everyone's
going to want him.
What a fit and lively, hungry Ivan Toney. I mean, like, he's going to go to Arsenal, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It's such. Yeah, it's annoying. We know that from his discussion with. I don't know who was his interview with. Did his interview about the.
But he's always.
But he's an Arsenal fan as well. Right?
Yeah. He's an Arsenal fan. Yeah. So if Arsenal come.
Yeah.
And hey, look, we just said it. Like if you're Arsenal, you just go for him.
Just buy him. Yeah.
Just buy him. Where next?
Let's talk Tottenham.
Yeah.
Let's go Friday. So how difficult to watch was this? Like this looks like we had some really good chances, and you know, it felt like not a lot happened, but I felt uncomfortable the whole game. I felt
Tottenham
really
happened.
uncomfortable the whole game. We were pushed around physically, and it just nothing felt good about this game.
Yeah, this is the situation with this is we. It's mad because our disciplinary record like the worst of the league. Like we're getting players sent off all the time. We're getting plenty of bookings. We're doing all these things, but it's the reason that most of these things happen is that clubs are seeing that we react. That Chelsea game is going to live with us for so long, for so long, and it's not helped when it's. I've talked many times about the sort of things that we're not helped by Carragher, never at all. Like they are like they create the circus, and so that gives us the impression of what we're watching, in that space. But they just decided they were going to try and beat us up early on, and in particular, Yates decided he was going to try and beat us up. I mean, I don't think there's a player I've swore about as much as I swore about Yates in my living room for a very long time. That was
it was just he was getting away with everything as well. Like it wasn't even just
buggery.
It was just it was not just like the skip challenge was one, and then fine, like Udogie knocks him over or whatever. That was him, I think. But then it was him because he's waving yellow cards and stuff, or waving imaginary cards.
He waved the yellow card twice and still didn't get booked for it, let alone he completed. He had 6 fouls, and that doesn't include that the skip one, somehow he got given the foul for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite the fact that I genuinely think the Yates challenge was worse than the Basuma challenge. Like it was horrid.
I mean, I don't think it's worse than the Basuma challenge.
The
I think it
impact
was worse than the Ederson challenge.
Yeah, I think the impact, like it hurts.
Oh
more.
Yeah.
It hurts more. Like
the problem with the Basuma one. I saw like Zuma was one
is that it's like, why are you doing that, mate? You got your foot off the ground, but actually he barely touched him. But Yates isn't stupid. He's like, I'm gonna milk the hell out of this, and I'm gonna keep going. Like he led it for everybody else that they were there and were like, I'm gonna go at you. That's a problem. That's a problem for us, is that teams are going to try and continually do this against it. Son on left wing. Look, if Son scores early on that early chance he had, he's a fantastic asset. He's the best asset in the game, all those sort of things. Yeah. When he doesn't score early, then he's a left winger. He's a left winger. Like he's not on set pieces. He's playing left wing, and
he did feel a lot more touchline hugging than previously.
Yeah,
and that's because they set up him basically like a 5, right? So they basically set up in a 5, which is what we were talking about on Thursday, right? We were talking about that on Thursday.
Yeah.
They might set up that way, and they did exactly that. So,
they pushed him. It's frustrating. They pushed him wide. So it was a frustrating night for Son. Obviously, Richie. So Kulusevski, we have to apologise for thinking away, because we just talked about how Kulusevski was the worst of the midfield assets.
I still don't know. I mean, like Andrew was talking about the fact they've been working on his finishing and stuff like that. He's been talking about people saying he's got no right foot. So he, I don't think he's going to be the top asset for us. I don't think he's not going to be the top creator for us. He's not going to be the top. Well, I mean, like while Madison's out, he kind of has
guaranteed minutes though.
Yeah, like he's the minutes.
He works like a dog. So.
But he's still not. But still, like you're not going to get him ahead of Richarlison. Like no one's getting him ahead of Richarlison.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah. So unless you're thinking about doubling up on Spurs, that doesn't include Son. Right, I know he's going Asia Cup, but if you're thinking of doubling up on Spurs and you're not including Son, then okay. But like no one's doing that. Palmer's there. Arsenal assets are there. Like Liverpool assets are there without Salah. I mean, like there's like Gordon's great. There's just too many.
There is too many. But
let's just keep him to ourselves. Let's just keep him to ourselves. We'll love him. We'll enjoy him, and we'll just accept everything. It'd be great.
But it's just so lovable, and we always think of it. We think of him at Tottenham as Baby De Bruyne. That's how we've sort of thought of him because he's so big and the way he glides, like he glides in a powerful way. Like he's not quick, but he glides, and he's strong, and it feels very De Bruyne like the way he plays, and he's such a confidence player. He's such a huge confidence player, and when he's on for a long time, and he could have easily scored a second. I feel like I don't think most of us are upset with any of our midfielders for this week, but I think we need to have him on the radar.
Yeah.
We have no idea how we set up. So Bissouma's now done for 2 months.
Yeah, he's done till back end of AFCON.
Yeah.
Once he's back from AFCON, like you were saying, we might as well just appeal the red card anyway.
I would appeal it. I'd just appeal it and I'd appeal it and show a load of crap decisions, because there are a load of crap decisions where you can say, well, you didn't send them off for this, you didn't send someone else this, didn't do this, didn't do that. You can get it from any weekend you like. You can go and pick a load of them, and you can go, are you taking the piss? Like, just do it. Because if they extend it to 8 games rather than 4 games, he's still not back.
Yeah,
it's that long.
Not back. Yeah, we've not got him for a while.
And he's the only player where it's like, well, we can't fully replace him. So Højbjerg or Skip will come in as the 6. It probably means that Kulusevski will play in one of the 10 roles ongoing, albeit we don't know. Might play Lo Celso and Skip. If Skip's played, Lo Celso's got an injury, who knows? Brennan, they said, was a cut rather than
cut to the back of his head. Yeah, he went off concussion, then it came off like cut, wasn't it? Yeah.
So we assume Brennan will just get strapped up and he'll be okay for next week. Yeah, we'll see.
Nothing on Forest.
No, nothing on Forest.
Morgan Gibbs-White? No.
No.
That love affair is gone.
No.
Right, let's give away a mug.
Give away a mug.
Give away a mug. Oh, the screen's not there. That's perfect. This is a really good stream so far. Where the hell did it go?
We're always good.
Always good. Oh yeah, there's my team. There's all sorts of stuff going on. This is the tweet. So last chance. If you want a mug, you have to retweet this. There's 46 so far. Let me just refresh that. I will just.
46 people retweeted it.
Yeah, disgrace. It should be more. I'll refresh it and there'll be more. Look. Oh no, 46. How many?
17 people in the chat.
What?
Watching now.
400. Like who sent you here? Someone. This is more than we've ever had. Go and retweet.
Go and retweet. You get yourself a chance for a mug. Then you got to tell us you're in the chat. Go.
Yeah, I'll give it like 30 seconds. I mean, it's nice to get points off this boy for once. Not actually have him on the bench. We'll go Chelsea next after this. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Bozzy says I don't have any socials. Well, I'm
sorry, Bozzy.
Sorry, Bozzy. I'm glad you're here. Maybe if we do another one in the chat at some point. So we just like you guys. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Drinking out of our glass.
Yeah, I've been drinking out of a glass. We're still working on.
We're still working on the design. This is kind of like a prototype type thing. So, but
little tumbler.
Let's see if I can just make that a bit bigger. Hold on a second. There we go. That's quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Just
gonna be there.
Yeah, we're just trying to work on the design of that. It's a bit translucent, but it's nice. It's a nice glass. So, sorry. Back to mug. I'm going to need to edit this out later. Fantastic.
Yeah.
58. It's getting up there.
Give away that mug. Let's go.
Give away the mug. Okay, cool. Okay, right. So that's the tweet. Going into the picker. There it is. Load the tweet up. I think as a default, you have to follow both of us, right? I know we didn't didn't stipulate that, but it's just a given.
Mr. Rolls.
At Baker FPL 343. Remember, I will send this anywhere in the world. Royal Mail is testament to that. They will they'll let you know if you want. No, you don't need to have a picture if you don't want to, I guess. I guess that'll do. Continue. Yeah. 54 entries loaded. So shout out to you lot. It says begin drawing process. So here we go.
Yeah.
Simon Lawrence, are you in the chat? I'll give you a few seconds. I mean, you don't have to be in the chat today because honestly, most people's Twitter names are not the same as their Google names. So, like anyone could just say it's me. Although I will get you to verify that by the way. But
we will.
Simon Lawrence, well done to you. Shout out. I don't know whether Simon's in the chat. I haven't seen any kind of Simon Lawrence in the chat. But Simon, well done. You win a mug.
He might have some fancy name.
I'll send. Who knows? I'll send you. I'll send you if you're watching this back, Simon. I'll send you a DM. If you're wondering why I've sent you a DM, I'll just send you a DM that says the word mug, and then you have to respond to me. And if you do, you get a mug. Simple as that. Well done, Simon. Oh, Trini's in the chat, looking for his third package to Trinidad and Tobago. Unbelievable.
No
redraws. No redraws. No redraws. We're gone.
Chelsea.
Right, let's look at Chelsea versus Sheffield United. It was quite possibly the most boring first half anyone's ever seen. Then Poch changed it up. In the second half. Palmer couldn't get on the ball in the first half. Palmer was able to get on the ball in the second half. It's funny when you give the good player the ball, then things start to happen. Complete change.
Why did Man City let him go?
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, really good. Really good. I mean, confident as well. Like he already looks like an established Premier League player. Like
he doesn't look like the guy that was in the bench. You used to see the Man City bench, and it was always like, you'd see Palmer and that Harwood Bellis you used to see. I can't even know most of them, but you'd see them and you'd be like, they're never making it. Like, I don't know who these people are. They're just there. And Palmer was one, like, you'd be like, I'm going to give Palmer some minutes again. You were like, nah, not making it, mate. Like, he's a proper player. He's really, really good. They've got a bargain. 40-odd million quid is an absolute steal for him. He could have got miles more points than what he got.
Wow, Broja misses one of the best chances of the weekend as well.
I'm amazed that it's only the XG that it is. I genuinely am amazed that it's not 0.9.
It is. it basically is 0.9. Hold on.
No, it can't be. I'm looking at 1.6 to about 2.3. It must be about 0.7.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is basically a penalty. Yeah, it is. It's basically, but it feels hard. It feels easier than a penalty. It's a bad shin.
0.673, yeah.
Yeah, and then the free kick at the end as well was good.
Yeah, good save. It's chipped it, little chip. But
just because it's Sheffield United, do we temper, or is it you have to play Palmer?
He's got pens as well, so we know that we still know that. He topped Chelsea for shots yesterday. He had 5 shots, 0.36 xG. Obviously a few pot shots and stuff, but his XA was through the roof because obviously he has the Jackson one and he has the Broja one. Everything goes through him. Yeah, what everything did in that second half depends how they set up with Nkunku, I guess.
Hindsight's such a wonderful thing, right? But if Kevin De Bruyne was playing Sheffield United, would you have considered captaining him?
Yeah.
You would have.
Yeah.
You would have. But no part of my brain considered captaining Carl Palmer this week. Like it wasn't like
I
he's the
almost benched him,
second, third,
right?
fourth.
I
Yeah.
almost
Do you know
benched
what I
him.
mean? And that's what I'm
There's
saying.
price
Is
bias. There's
maybe
price
we
bias
should.
there. There's always price bias as well.
Yeah, mate.
That's a
I just
Chelsea
think
bias.
is let's get rid of the price bias now on Palmer and just start saying that this is
an £8 million player,
yes,
basically.
because that's what he is going to be from here on in. This is the last season we get it.
Yeah,
he's a special player. Yeah, he's a special player. So let's just play him. Let's use it. Use that money wisely in other places. But he's great. Everybody else, can't trust it till you can trust it. I suppose. I think that's the key with Chelsea, isn't it? Like, we've learned with the Reece thing that you need to see him playing regularly. It's the same with all their defenders.
Martin Keenan says Cole Palmer looks like FPL Focal. I genuinely almost put Oscar's face on it. I was thinking about it last night, thinking like I should put Oscar's face on Cole Palmer.
Oscar knows, mate. Oscar knows. He plays it. He loves it. He loves it. He loves it. Yeah, but they ground them out well for a half. They obviously didn't. It shows how worried they are about any recurrence with Nkunku. So they was like, I'm not even going to give him a few minutes. So we have to wait. We have to wait on that. And
I did find it surprised he didn't get like 5 minutes and that, just to get him out on the pitch.
Pochettino's stubborn, mate. We know that for a long, long time. Yeah. He is stubborn. He never rushes people.
He likes his routine subs as well.
Likes his routine subs. Likes exactly what he's needed. Yeah, but Cole Palmer, outstanding.
Yeah, I think we've got three to go. Yeah. 3 to go.
Any biggies?
Sorry?
Any biggies?
No. City, Newcastle, Everton. We've got three.
Well, we're going to need to get going.
Yeah,
we're going to need to get going.
We're an hour and 6 minutes. We're doing cool.
It's a short week, though, isn't it? It's a short week turnaround. People
okay, fine. Let's go Everton versus Burnley.
Burnley a disaster. Everton the best team in the league.
Let's not there. We can't just do that.
No, we can't. But I don't know if you saw my tweet earlier, but 51 points from Pickford this season since game week 8.
Yeah, it's quite possibly been. Well, did I not see your tweet? I tweeted. I replied to it saying, "Oh yeah, we did it in game week 6."
It's relentless.
It's quite possibly the most ridiculous turnaround I think we've ever seen.
It's relentless.
When we talk about set and forget keepers, this is why you don't rotate keepers. Because we would have had Pickford for all his good games. Well, I suppose we would have played him in this game if we still had him. But
they've been just brilliant, and the set pieces are so cool. I love it.
Well, I mean, look, this was purely targeting Trafford because he's so small and slight, and Dyche was just thinking he's weak. But he was just targeted like over and over and over. It's just like we got Tarkowski, we've got Onan, we've got Decore, we've got Michael King, we've got all these big guys, these big. I mean, that's what Sean Dyche deals in, like big brutes that just knock people over. Like Trafford stood no chance whatsoever. Onana's head is phenomenal.
DCL's header's even better.
Well, the one that he missed.
Yeah.
So.
I think that is a phenomenal save from Trafford, that one, to get down. Like, that is brilliant. But yeah, the Onana is so good when it's just a towering header is so cool. Do you know what I mean? It's like when
over the top of the keeper.
Yeah.
And I had to double take because I watched the Keane goal and I was like, cool, who had that first strike? Because that was quality.
I saw it. I pressed rewind. I watched it again. I was like, I need to go watch it again. How did Michael Keane hit both those shots?
Yeah, exactly.
I did literally watched it like 3 times. Did that? What?
Yeah. So, a great finish from. I mean, I think we'd have preferred it if the first one had gone in. I think I would have waxing lyrical all over that if that was the case. But
if it first gone in, it would have been very similar to the old Trent goal from the other week. It was that kind of arrow.
So, like, Everton have done an absolute number on Burnley here, and they've got in and they've just done like, right, we've done. That's it. We're good. 2 goals, bang. and now you have to come at us. Good luck. And Pickford made a couple of good saves, and Sean Dyche is just grinding these out, and there's just like that 10-point deduction's obviously just gone now, or it's been essentially eliminated. That I'm sure Everton fans would rather have 10 more points, but they're flying.
It's hard to go there for us now, isn't it? It's hard for us to get there, like because like especially the moment with loads of money and stuff, and AFCON's going to come in, and then there's going to be more money and more stuff. So I think most people that haven't got a wild card in hand are not going to go anywhere near Everton. But I wonder if I did have a wild card, whether I would.
Yeah,
I mean, Brentford seems obvious, and
I mean, like they don't. So the thing is, they had like if you look at the first 8 fixtures that Luton had, that Everton had, like they were ridiculously good. Like like the first 8 fixtures were, so if you're excluding Arsenal, their first 8 were Fulham, Villa, who weren't the Villa they are now, but Fulham, Villa, Wolves, Sheffield United, Arsenal, Brentford, Luton, Bournemouth. First 8 fixtures. They don't have those 8 fixtures again. Like they don't have that run again. No. It doesn't quite work until like 32. So it's like really late that it comes back. And so you're saying like if you had a wild card, like you will have wild card when you want to consider these guys again properly. I think. Okay. I think outside of that you probably don't need to worry unless you want to just get in a cheap. I mean, let's say Branthwaite's fine. Pickford's probably okay. I guess Pickford's probably okay now. I think we have to say that.
It's okay, but all the time we've got Dub at 3.9 or whatever it is that we've got him in.
Then we just keep him.
So we must go there, Newcastle.
Sounds good. Obviously Share goes off after like 30 seconds. Like we got the leaks that he wasn't playing, and then suddenly he was fit, and then he goes off because he's not actually fit, and then Gordon wasn't going to play, wasn't sure, tight, and then does play, and then I wish Eddie Howe would. I feel like Eddie Howe's not honest with his players. Like he's not honest with us. I feel like he's not honest with his players.
Yeah, there's so much of this, isn't it? One is on this game to read it. This just looks at 3.97 XG versus 0.29 XG. It's a paddling. It's a paddling.
It's a paddling.
But partially that paddling is caused by a man getting sent off because for half an hour this is a terrible game.
Yeah.
So we'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. We have to almost like caveat. It's a weird one when you look at these graphs, and we use these graphs religiously. But as soon as a red card comes in, it's like, well, by the way, there was a red card. So all the analysis that we normally do is part of shit, really. Yeah. Fantastic.
By the way, there was a really good team against a team that's probably not very good, but it's actually playing quite well at the moment. But then they had a man sent off, so therefore
the good team did the good stuff.
The good team did good stuff. Yeah, and they broke him eventually.
Can we talk about how lucky Gordon owners are, by the way? That Anthony Robertson just comes in and shoves Callum Wilson over. Just literally like launches him fucking like 4 yards. Oh, just rolls through to Almiron to tap in. Fuck's sake. Sitting on my bench.
Well, probably not sitting on your bench tomorrow. But
well, we don't know. Should we have a check? Because it might have changed. quick double check to see what
I'm sure we'd have notifications if it had, mate. I'm sure we'd have notifications.
This is true.
But Burn back, he's in. This is the interesting part, isn't it? So Burns back. Livramento has a good game. Playing on his natural side. What do they do next game? Because we're not going to find out on this. So when Share's back, but obviously Botman's also then had to play a game and played well. Albeit it's a lot easier to play well on the centre forward, just been sent off. And so what does he do? Does he play Burn left back, Lascelles and Botman, and then play Trippier? Does he play
Burn centre back
and play
Lascelles and play Livramento left and Trippier right? I can't see a world where the captain doesn't play. Like, and when I say captain, I mean Trippier the captain, not the club captain. Lascelles.
No, it's too important to the club. Like it is what it is. But they've also got a midweek game in the Carabao, so we'll see a bit more about what they play out then to how it goes. I feel you just got to wait and watch a little bit on them. because they are still on fumes. This really helped them that they only had to play against 10 men. Really helped them.
I get that. I get that. But like, why wait 20 minutes after the Almiron goal to make subs? Like, I know they make, the thing is, they make forced changes, right? They make forced changes with Kraft coming on for Share, and obviously Lewis Miley comes in for Joe Linton.
Mm.
But after that second goal goes in from Almiron, I guess you're just holding on. I guess you're just holding on, just waiting for that third, because you only have one more instance where you can make a sub, I guess.
Yeah, but maybe also he thinks that some of those guys on the bench are all going to play 90 minutes midweek.
Maybe.
So I think you just have to. I think you just have to see.
Yeah.
I think you have to see on him, but we're never going to get it from Howe. And we've got all these bloody pressers to try and work through.
I hate him. I hate him. It's just pointless. It's like he literally comes in and then they ask a question. Well, I mean, is it the line of questioning that he gets? I mean, do people just need to be more direct with him and just saying, is this player in your squad next week? I mean,
he joked about it, didn't he? He joked about it. He was like, "I'm not being that helpful to you, am I?"
He said it last week. That's twice in the last three. That's twice in the last three presses. He said exactly those words. So I haven't really given you anything there. No, you haven't, mate. Fuck off. Just go and run around a football pitch for a little bit.
Nah, he knows. He knows. He's cool.
I know, but
he knows. He knows that he's not. He's never going to be any better. He's always been a liar. Eddie Howe is an awful person.
I stayed quiet while you said that, just so it clips. Nice.
Move on. City
versus Palace.
I mean,
what do you want to say about this game? Like Palace, Palace sitting.
I had no players in it, so you got two.
Oh well, obviously, like Alvarez gets the chance early, the headed chance early from Walker, and that's just a crap header, really. I mean, honestly, just a crap header.
I was talking about Alvarez with Blake Riser last week, and we were talking about. He asked me a question. He's like, "Do you think he's a good finisher?" And I was like, "I think he's a good finisher in that he's a good ball striker, but I think he's not a predator. I don't think."
Yeah, so you feel like he needs to be 15 to 18 yards out, and you feel like that's his kind of comfort zone area. If you get him anywhere near sort of 12 and in, you don't feel like every time he touches the ball in that space he's gonna finish it.
Nah. And
I know what you mean.
That header was the epitome then of that, in that there was no conviction on it. It was like, I'm going to just do the textbook way of how you should head this on and do the stuff, but it's just there's nothing in it. Like, I'm not going to try and confuse the keeper or do something else with it. Like, I'm just going to textbook put it there.
So it's not ideal, but he's still on lots of set pieces, right? Rodri's not a complete dick. Then he gets a goal. Like no one's touching that anyway. But Rodri's just standing offside just for fun, and then goes and makes a move at the ball. Like, I'm going to pretend. I'm going to pretend to get in front of it, and then I'm going to not touch it, and then I'm going to pretend that I wasn't involved. Like, mate, come on.
No. And because and this is the thing, people don't. The circus we now live in, because of the Akanji goal, they had to have one where they go given it. Like
even if that hadn't have happened. I mean, it's definitely
just offside.
It's just offside. You literally see Henderson move.
Yeah. There's a brilliant angle behind
Henderson literally just goes, it's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, and Henderson appears from behind Rodri.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
So it's a bit. So it's weird and frustrating.
Look, if those two big chances hadn't happened, we'd be saying this is okay. But they're not creating a good platform. I don't like it, the way that they do it. They signed one of the best left-footed centre-backs in the world, in Vardiol. He's now trying to play some kind of centre forward, left wing.
I kind of half enjoyed that when he runs across the line and then
I don't mind
good
it,
save.
But the beauty of him is that he's a great ball playing, ball carrying, break line centre back. Like, so every other team would play him as a left-sided
centre back,
breaking centre back. Yet they brought Ake back in and played Ake inside him, so you at least had a left-footed centre back, which is Okay, but it's like Ake's not a very good centre back. He's not. He's not. That's why he's been playing left back for the last 3 years. Um, so I just don't really get what he's doing with that back line. And every week, not knowing who's going to play at the back means that you're never surprised when they concede.
Yeah.
You're never concerned because they have no cohesion.
I've never once considered. I haven't once considered a City defender this year.
Never. Like, what's the point? But imagine you. Like, I think sometimes it's hard to put ourselves in the shoes of being what it's like to be a City fan because we just don't know many of them. But as Spurs fans, if I talk to you about centre backs, you think of pairings all the time. So we think of Romero and Van der Ven now. We think of Toby and Jan. You think of like Dawson and King, like so and so and so. But you're always thinking pairs, right? They had a little pair with Diaz and Stones for a little bit.
Yeah.
Albeit, I don't like that as a pair because it's still two right-siders. It's not a balanced pair, right? Now you look at it and you're like, well, Vardy is the best left-sided centre-back you've got. Stones is the best right-sided centre-back you've got. If he's not fit, then it's Diaz.
But those are your three. Those are kind of your three. And you bring Ake in. You bring Ake in for the left-sided centre-back if you need to. If Vardy's not there.
And I know that sounds like I'm disrespectful to Akanji, but
yeah, fine.
Like, he does a good job and stuff, but let's be honest, he wasn't like a world-class guy from Dortmund they paid 100 million for. He was like, well, I'm okay to let him go for like 15 million quid or whatever it was. Like, it's not Man City's centre back, you know. He's done miles better than I think any of us expected him to. Have played more games than any of us expected him to do. But the pairing's not there, and so there's no. It just feels like there's no pride in getting the clean.
Yeah, like they don't care.
It's not a defensive unit of we're the back four, we get the clean. Like, and so these stupid things happen, and then they cause themselves problems. And I'm surprised because when you lose De Bruyne and you lose Gundogan, you've lost so much, and you lose Mahrez, you've lost so much in attack that the first thing you should do is make sure is don't be dicks at the back. Yeah, Rodri's given up being a defensive midfielder. He's the best defensive midfielder in the world, and he's gone, nah, I want to score goals. I just want to be out there, get offsides. I just don't feel like they're listening. Or I don't think Pep's telling them the right stuff. I don't know what it is. But something's just not right.
You feel like it's coming to an. Do you feel like it's coming to an end for Pep? Do you think he's like, because even the way he's speaking to the media is he's getting to the point where he's almost like fed up now. Like, I can't be asked. Like when he was asked about the penalty, like the Foden giving away the penalty, he was asked about it and he was smiling and giggling and half laughing and saying, yes, it was a penalty. I couldn't actually tell whether he was being sincere. Mm-hmm. Like, I just genuinely couldn't tell. It's like he couldn't be bothered. He's been asked so many questions every week. I mean, like, I guess what do you expect him to say when they dominate the game and they literally have Mateta's like one breakaway, that's it, and then like they give away the ball stupidly and then concede space, and then Foden tries to clear it, and obviously Mateta gets there first, and that's it. Your 3 points have gone in 2 moments. They've just disappeared. It must be
3 moments, to be fair, though, because the Edison doesn't register as any XG, but that's a big moment.
Yeah, okay.
That's a big moment. Like Edison takes him down. If he doesn't take him down, well, he's probably going to score. Like, I don't understand, really.
Well, I don't know. Mateta's crap. So, I mean, like...
There is that.
I wonder whether he'd just stay where he was. He might have been fine.
Yeah, there is that. But you never expect him to clean, do you? Like, it's never a surprise.
No.
And because it's never a surprise, in that teams, they're thinking they're going to play this control game. But at some point, they'll do something stupid. You can't play control if you can't defend. You can only play control if you're good at defending. Like Liverpool don't play control. They're the anti-control team. But and part of the reason why they do that is they're not good in defence. And they'll just, I mean, it just looks like Arsenal doing a much better job than City.
I was about to say, it looks like Arteta's kind of just taken the model that City had and just gone, actually, that actually just works, right? Like, and so they've got this Gabriel Saliba pairing, right?
Yeah,
and it just kind of works.
Good left, good right.
Good left,
Thanks
good right. Much. Cheers. And then you've got ball playing guys on the right and left. You've got Zinchenko who plays who's good inside, and then you've got Ben White that goes on beyond. Like it feels like a really good balance at Arsenal, and it feels like he's taken that piece from even like Kyle Walker Cancelo. It's pretty similar, right? Cancelo would come in and play the ball, would come in and be ball playing, and would get on. To be fair, but more like ball striking, shooting and stuff like that. And Walker would do the outside bit, bombing on, getting the crosses in. I mean, that's like it's almost exactly the same as that from when they had Diaz and Laporte. I mean, it's
when mad. They signed Vardiol, we all were like, well, they're never conceding again. We didn't think they'd be playing Vardiol at left forward.
No. It is ridiculous.
If you still wanted a left back to play left forward, you don't sell Cancelo.
True. And the problem is he's only he's just about to turn 22, Vardiol. Like he needs to not be ruined by this. Like he needs to not be. He doesn't need to be coached out of what he's good at. I think there's a risk of that.
Progressive, left-footed centre back. Like the gold of golds, the jewel in the crown. That's exactly what you want. There's so little of them.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. Well,
Elise taking the pen when Eze was on the pitch. It's notable.
Fair.
It's notable.
Fair enough. We're done.
And if Cher wasn't injured,
yes,
would you have any inclination to take one of your City guys out this week to better your team for this week?
So I was. Problem is, there's no strikers. For me, there's no strikers. So Alvarez to Haaland is kind of where I'm thinking when I have to go back to him.
Wow. So you're not thinking you're going to try and treble up? You think you'd probably just stick with the two and keep?
I think I'll stick with the two. If there was no issue with Cher, I think I was going to do Kabore to probably Anderson to Powell. That's what I was going to do because I get the Villa back line and obviously with the Sheffield United game. Yeah. And it was pretty stress free. And then like 19's a roll, and I think 19's a roll anyway, even with the Cher thing. And then
I think Foden's playing so well.
Yeah, he looked wonderful on the ball.
But he's doing a few stupid stuff. Like he is like the late goal, obviously, and all that stuff. And I do wonder
if you don't get negative points for that. Are you saying that he gets punished for that by Pep?
Naughty step.
Because he gives the ball away. Because he gives the ball away on the halfway line as well. That begins that whole movement.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This is the time of year he likes to go out on the town. This is the time of year.
Simon's appeared. Simon, our mug winner, has appeared, but he's watching on TV and he's watching on a delay. So when you finally catch up to us, well done, Simon.
But yeah, this is the time of year where he likes to go out on the piss. just be wary of naughty steps.
As long as he doesn't go out of his mum, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the worry.
We're there.
We're done.
We're there, mate. We're there, mate. An hour and a half. Hour and a half's good.
Hour and a half's good.
A lot to.
More timestamp it. People can see what they want.
Yes, I think Q&A. We're not going to do one because we're going to come back on Wednesday and do another pod. So if you want questions, if you want to ask questions, then come back on Wednesday. Basically,
come at the Wednesday, and by all means, any sort of questions you want to drop in the chat for this video,
put it under in the comments.
Tweets. Yeah, we can look at them.
Sounds good. Just a reminder to everyone. Please drop a like on the video. Really helps us with reaching more people, etc. As Baker said, drop a comment. And we are trying to get to 10k subs by the end of the year, or by the end of the season. So drop a subscribe if you're new. Notification bells on. It's almost Christmas. I guess we'll see you on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, mate.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Cheers, man.